So what was it like growing up over on Jeffrey?
It was fun in a bad way, cause it was like,
Explain that.
it was like so much happening all the time. Cause I went to elementary school right there too. I went to Caldwell. I went to 2 different schools, elementary schools, but I went to Caldwell. That's like right around the corner on 83rd or something. But it's like always all up and down Jeffrey. When you catch the bus, the 15 to 14, they fighting on the bus.
Facts.
All the kids out there. You got the police out there stopping, frisking kids, everything. So it was bad, but it was fun because we was kids, so that's what we was into.
Facts.
Yeah.
Badass little kids.
Yeah.
And now looking at it when we grown, we be like, man, them kids bad as hell. We was doing
No,
the
I
same
don't think
thing.
so now. I think the kids are getting a little better and smarter though.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. They ain't into it like we is. They don't care too much.
I know the high school I went to, it's a STEM high school now, but when I went to that high school, like it wasn't no special programs or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of schools and like we wasn't prepared for certain type of shit that if we went to like a suburban school, like we'd have been fucking lost.
Right.
At our school. So Kilo the Dreamer, like where you get your name from?
I'm gonna get them questions a lot because I'm brand new, but I just mixed up the Dreamer part and the Kilo part. Kilo because I kind of just went through a lot of stuff in my life, which I feel like everybody do. They go through stuff, but I wanted to equate that to like that being a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? Kilo, and then the Dreamer part is like I always wanted to do something. It was like, you know how you grow up, you like, man, I know I'm not cut for no 9 to 5 all my life. Like, you know, you just dream bigger than what you living right there in that moment. And then I always wanted to be either actor or something big, just something big time, because that's just how I felt I was. So I did a lot of stuff that I never thought I'd do, like join the Army, go to college, a lot of different stuff. So it was just like, I always dreamed big, so I was like Kilo the Dreamer. It just fit me. And then when people started calling me that, I still got that disconnection from it because it's brand new, but I think everybody else like it too.
What came first, the Army or college?
They came at the same time. So, like in my high school, I was, grade-wise, I was smart. I was doing all that, but I wasn't, like my mind wasn't into it.
Right.
And then I had a counselor who ended up being like my at-school mom, and she like looked out for me a lot. Shout out to Miss Ollie. She just kind of got me on track. Like I was doing a lot of stuff, and she just like, "What are you doing?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Apply for this college. You're gonna apply for every one of them." So we applied for like 30 colleges, all Illinois, and I got into U of I, at Urbana-Champaign.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think I was gonna do it. I was gonna get in there, and when I did, it was just like they wanted $35,000 a year.
Man, taxing.
So I'm like, how I'm gonna do that? Like, my people ain't got that money. I don't got that. I don't got it. And then one of my counselors was like, I went to the Army. You could do that too. And I was just stuck on, I'm gonna be big time. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I ain't gonna stay in the hood. I ain't finna do that. So I'm like, see, if that's what gotta be done, I'm gonna do it. And I went to the Army.
What was your experience like in the Army? Because all I know is things on the outside looking in. Like I had a homegirl, she went to the Navy, but like waking up at 5 a.m, bro, having somebody constantly yelling at you, like it take a lot of inner discipline to you know what I'm saying, make it through the beginning stages of that. So what was that like?
That ain't the whole Army life. So that's training. That's like the first year. If you got a specific job, it may be a little longer. And that whole process was just like they training you to be a soldier, to do what they want you to do, to work and whatever job you're gonna have in the military.
Yeah.
So it's like they doing all of that, but it's not for them to hurt you or do nothing. It's just like we putting you through this to see if you gonna be down. It's like if you do a fraternity or sorority, they gonna put you through hazing processes that they say they don't do.
You gotta be mentally prepared.
Yeah, so you gotta go in like I did with it, like, y'all just doing this for me to get to the next step. I understand that. So anything y'all say to me in between, y'all do to me in between, if I ain't gonna die, it ain't gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? They may say a little thing here and there that may be like, I wouldn't let that slide to nobody else, but at the end of the day, You gonna go home. You gonna go back to the barracks. You gonna eat, do whatever. Next day, y'all back with the same people over and over until your training over.
Yeah.
So with that, it was a lot of stuff where you gotta endure it, and then once you graduate, your drill sergeants and your sergeants, they gonna be your friends at the end. Like towards the end of it, they be cool with you. In the beginning, you hate them, but that was and mine was like a year of training before I even went to college. So I did my training, came back, then went to college, and then was doing it in between. But it was fun. To me it was fun because you get to see people like breaking down, like when they yelling at them and stuff. It was real funny, but it was just fun, like being physical. I'm a physical dude, so I like sports and all that. But being physical, actually having your weapons and everything, because they don't call them guns, they weapons. And shooting grenade launchers and all that, like that's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like Call of Duty stuff, but real life.
Shit that a lot of people don't get to experience.
So, and then you meet people from all around the world. So, like I had, who ended up being my best friend, one of my best friends, a Samoan from West Samoa. His name John, but his last name Alapalele, like a real Samoan.
Yeah.
And it just give you a different aspect of people all around the world where you don't get that, just like college. You know what I'm saying? You get Chinese people, Asian people, African people, people from everywhere with different aspects on life that had you like, man, like when I go back to Chicago, everybody mind kind of be limited to Chicago.
Facts.
So it's like once you come back, you have that different aspect of perspective that you give people around you, and they be like, that's when they think you like big time, but you really just, you just did something different than the norm.
Did you get a chance to travel the world with it?
No, we ain't get deployed like that. And I know, like depending on your job, you would be in certain places. Like it's one of my friends. She look like her name Mary Prioletti. She French, I believe, but she look like the Wendy's girl,
right.
Like the red hair, everything. Yeah. But she got stationed in Paris just based on her job as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
So based on your job, you get put certain places. And then if you do get deployed, you may go to a certain place. But most of the time, it's a whole waiting list to even get deployed for your unit. So.
That's something that I thought they just ship you off. You feel me?
No.
Straight out of training,
That's the
like
movies.
You out of here. So did you still go to U of I?
Yeah. So I went to U of I for like 2.5 years. But my cousin he stayed out here, Honcho, on my chain right here. He got killed. And like I was doing good in school grade-wise, but my mind wasn't into it. So I'm like in the class, in the dorm, in the big old halls, and my mind just not there. Like I'm getting it, but I'm not into it.
Yeah.
So I ended up, and then I had my daughter on the way. So I was like, I'm gonna just take a step back. Instead of messing it up, let me just step back from it. But U of I was fun. We probably is top 10 school, party school.
Man, I like to say, first off, college not for everybody.
Right.
Everybody should experience going
college
away
life.
To college. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a semester or a whole year, everybody should experience that, especially fresh out of high school.
And you look and you say that, and they think like we talking about university. Not like, I just went to college, like, I went to Olive Harvey. Real university life where you on campus. They got an actual campus.
Facts.
That life is totally
dorm
different.
Living.
Yeah,
Your parents is not down the street.
You can't go back home right now.
I went to Jackson State University.
I got accepted there too.
And it was crazy because I went there when Hurricane Katrina happened. So literally, the first 2 days of school was wild, bro. My first day of school, somebody started shooting in the student union. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Chicago, so I was like, damn, we don't got to go to class. You feel me?
Right.
The second day is when the warning for Hurricane Katrina happened. You know what I'm saying? So they like, man, y'all just go back to y'all dorms for now. We gonna figure it out. So we end up being held up in like the library for a whole day, bro. And I'm like, bro, I'm from Chicago. We don't have hurricanes or nothing, bro. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
Right.
And we literally couldn't leave until, it blew over and everything. And it was so crazy going through that experience because, like, there was no gas, bro. Like, everybody had took all the gas. I had to go from Mississippi to Memphis just to get on the train. Nah, I rode with my man's mama,
okay.
you feel me? But she was from Memphis. So somehow she made it where she was straight. She came and got us, drove us back, you feel me? But I had to go to Memphis just to get back to Chicago. And they was like, man, all right, school start in 2 weeks. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to go back. But right. I did, though, you feel me? Because once again, like, it was a dope-ass experience. Even though I ain't like college, you feel me? I was fuck this school shit. But it was still something that I appreciated. Because just going to a historically black college, bro, it's busting, bro.
That's what I wanted to do once I, like, afterwards, like, now, I was like, I want to go to a HBCU because, like, I experienced the college life, but it's a whole different experience at HBCU, and you actually black. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that was the only downside to me going to U of I, because I love U of I. Shout out to U of I. That I felt like the fish out of water type thing. Yeah. But it was like in the class, you may have 2 or 3 black people, but then the rest of your class is all white or Asian, or, you know what I'm saying? You like the only one. So it's like, you don't have to, but it's always that need to, like, I gotta represent us. Yeah, I gotta represent my people all the time. And it's like a pressure that take you even out of the love of school. Cause you trying to think about that instead of just doing your work and just being in your work. It's like, nah, I gotta be in my work and I gotta overdo it just because I'm black and I'm the only person in here.